Hi there. I'd like to take a minute and give you a mid-year update for 2022, a market update, if you will, that's going to tell you the story between two halves. The first half of 2022 being a scorchingly hot market, and the second half of 2022 moving in the direction of more balance, more health, and a little bit more sanity. There's been an imbalance of supply and demand driving this market for years. Honestly, since 2008 and the financial collapse then, when low inventory was established. But this was exacerbated, obviously, in 2020 and 2021 during the COVID lockdowns. People who were locked down in urban areas couldn't even go outside, couldn't even go to the local parks, made some different choices regarding their lifestyle. People decided to work from home rather than to commute to the office. People decided to choose rural areas to live in rather than more urban areas to live in. People made lifestyle choices to determine their houses and the properties that they would purchase rather than city conveniences. People were thinking, instead of thinking, well, I'm going to find a great job, then I'm going to find a house close by so that my commute will go well. The idea was, let me find out where I want to live, what lifestyle I want to have, and then let me try to determine a job that's going to support that location and that lifestyle. People were choosing safe neighborhoods, great public schools, over areas where there was higher crime, and the offerings for school choices were more disappointing. So 2020, 2021 were record-breaking years for a number of closings. And I think that we're going to see some differences as we move into the end of 2022. So here are some predictions for the second half of 2022. I'm a student of Brian Buffini. I follow Lawrence Yun, who's the National Association of Realtors chief economist. And then also I'm very influenced by the Market Trends Committee from the Denver Metro Association of Realtors. So here are some of the predictions for the remainder of the year. First of all, interest rates are expected to continue to rise, ticking up 3 or 4 more times between now and the end of 2022 to finish out somewhere around 6 or 7%. For buyers, this really hurts their affordability. If you're a buyer right now, you can afford 25% less of a house than you could afford in January based upon the increase in interest rates year to date. What this means for sellers is that you can expect less bidding wars and less over list price offers. Home prices are going to continue to rise, but at more modest levels. This time last year, we were talking about 20% year-over-year increases, 24% year-over-year increases. The expectation is by the end of 2022, that appreciation will be somewhere around 9, 10, 11% year over year. Incredibly strong appreciation, lots of wealth accumulation going on for sellers that are enjoying that type of a value increase. However, greatly diminished from 20%, 24%, some of those crazy numbers for the last couple of years. There will be signs of a market cooling with this increase in inventory, where sellers are bringing their houses to the market, worried about inflation, worried about rising interest rates, maybe worrying that they've missed the chance to get that crazy price for their house, although I'm seeing a lot of pricing that doesn't reflect that sellers believe that there's been a shift. Video for another time. But the signs of the market cooling mean that for buyers, there's potentially less people competing with you for that listing. Maybe there's more choice. We were working in January and February with some buyers who literally would have one house to choose from on a weekend or 2 new houses coming to a market all week. Now those people are seeing more options, more choices, and they actually have an opportunity to take a look at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 houses before making an offer. But for the sellers, that lower demand may mean more price reductions. In the last month, 55% of listings in the Denver metro market had a price reduction prior to going under contract. That's 55%. That means that sellers are still coming to the market believing the story and the narrative of 2020, 2021, and the first half of 2022, where the market shifted in May, and now price entry point and strategic pricing is incredibly important. The other thing about offers now is that not only are you maybe paying full price or just a little bit above full price for well-priced homes, but the expectation is that you're going to have a full inspection contingency, you're going to have a full appraisal contingency, and so forth. So no longer is it no inspection, no appraisal, and the buyer's just, kind of lucky to have a house to buy. The market cooling is adjusting that. So buyers are going to get better options, better terms, and maybe more choice. For sellers, fewer options or fewer offers means that it's more and more critical to price your home correctly. Statistics still apply that say that if you overprice your house, your net proceeds suffer a lot more than if you priced your house correctly. For the past 2 years, it seems that anyone with a real estate license could look like a rock star, because the seller would pick a number, and then some photos would be taken. You put the house in the MLS. The first weekend, they would have multiple offers above list price. 100,000 over, 200,000 over, 300,000 over, whatever that is, and it made everyone look really, really smart. Now, price entry point matters. Market presentation matters in how you present the house to the market and what you're doing for your marketing platform. So that's going to be more and more critical to partner with experienced, skilled, trusted agents. So even though inventory is loosening and increasing, it's still a very favorable market for sellers. It's still a very tough market for buyers. However, at the McWilliams Group, we believe when people receive skillful guidance, they can be safe and confident buying and selling real estate. If you're interested in buying and selling real estate or know someone who is, please reach out to us today. Thank you so much for paying attention. In the background, you hear a little noise from the audience. It's a wonderful time of year with all the spring babies. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.